Hello Jingoos, I'm Chen.
And I'm Payton.
And today we're going to be talking about some things we don't like so much in Korea. Let me caveat that we love Korea. We have now been here for almost a year and a half.
Yeah. It's generally a pleasant experience.
We're having such a great time. We talk about sometimes like how everyone's super friendly, we feel really safe, whatever. But that is not to say there's not general racism. There's not like general negative experiences to be had here as a foreigner. There are definitely instances where you feel fairly targeted and a little insulted for being foreign. And like, I don't know, some examples of that is just like you hear people like Waegugin is like, Waegugin means foreigner.
It just means not Korean. It does get frustrating sometimes when you know people are talking about you.
So it's like they think you then don't understand what they're saying, so they can say whatever they want about you.
Right.
Which in our case is not the case, so it's even more, it's like a little more hurtful because we know what they're saying.
Yeah. Or even if they're not really talking about you and it's just like a group of people that they walk past you and they're like, oh, Waegugin. Like, I don't think they mean it in like a negative way. It's just like, why do you have to point it out?
My favorite is when we're in Itaewon and we go, there's like, it was literally like the multicultural Itaewon
Global festival.
And they were like, wow, there's so many foreigners here.
It's like, for one, you're in Itaewon.
So one, you're in Itaewon, which is like where foreigners are. It's like the foreigner central of Korea. Secondly, it's the global, like, multicultural festival where, like, every country is being represented.
And, like, again, I don't think they mean it in, like,
yeah, it's just so, it's just like, it's so ironic.
What are you doing?
Yeah. And, you know, I will say, like, my experiences are obviously different than everyone else's, and even Peyton's, because I am an Asian foreigner. So for them, it just takes them a minute. If I'm alone, they just think I'm Korean. If I'm with Payton, they then assume I'm foreign as well. And then, like, my treatment is varied depending on that. So to me, like, seeing that drastic difference is, like, shocking. And you're also, you know, like, a lot of times they will say, like, if you're somewhere crowded, like, they don't think you deserve to be there as much, maybe, because there's already so many people. So they're like, oh, why are there so many foreigners here? This is so frustrating. There are instances, and definitely be cognizant of that. Don't think you're rolling through and you're gonna like everyone's gonna like love and praise you and like you're the best thing ever because you're like of a different race. That's ridiculous. So just, you know, be aware. Be aware when that happens.
Get used to people talking about you like you aren't in the room.
Yeah, or just like really stare at you or do like a take back. Like
gets on my nerves so much. It's like I can see you.
Or two things. So whenever you're like you could literally just be standing there minding your business and all of a sudden you're like pushed from the back or from the side.
Or shoulder bumped.
It's like probably an old person. Sometimes it's just like unnecessary. Like they just push you. Like you're just in their way. Like they're just walking on the street but you're in the way.
They have plenty of room but like they don't like want to move or something.
Yeah, they want to just beeline for where they need to be and you're just in their path.
Old ladies like to use their elbows a lot.
Yeah. Next thing, so there's language barrier frustrations. Obviously, if you're in like major cities, like Seoul, for example, you can get away with a lot more English. It is still helpful to know some Korean, but there are still times where like you know enough Korean, but not to the extent of being a native speaker. So you have a lot of frustrations. You pronounce something a little differently than they do.
My listening is a lot better than like speaking, so sometimes it's hard. I understand what they're asking, but like I don't know how to answer in Korean.
Yeah.
Or even like some things where they've taken English words and
change them.
Just change them to like the Korean pronunciation, but it's like pronounced differently in Korean than how you would say it in English. But it's just like a slight difference, and it's really hard for me to get myself to like do the Korean pronunciation. So like mayonnaise, mayonnaise, and like in my head I'm always like, okay, you're gonna do the Korean pronunciation, and then I go to say it, and then mayonnaise comes out. And like,
she was literally at someone, she was like, mayonnaise.
And in my head before that, I was like, it's mayonnaise.
And the lady looked at her like,
but it's just like a slight difference, and I just can't get myself to like naturally make it come out.
Yeah, because you feel like it sounds incorrect.
Yeah,
if you're not saying it with your correct accent, right?
It's like a slight difference, but it's just hard.
She's already defeated. Look at her. I have this joke. I have this ongoing joke of like nobody wants to sit with me, and it's never when I'm by myself, but whenever I'm with like our
like,
foreigner friends, multiple people, and like literally they'll be everyone's taking the seats, and then like no one will sit next to me. And I don't mean like my friends. I mean like strangers, like Korean strangers. Like they won't want to sit next to me, and I'm like, do I smell bad? Like I definitely just showered.
This happened in some other country.
This happens actually in multiple countries.
Where are we?
Japan.
No, it wasn't Japan.
Malaysia. Which one?
It was Singapore.
Singapore.
We were in a market in Singapore, and it was us two at a table, and all the other tables were full, and people were like coming with their trays looking for tables, and we had all these empty seats.
At our
no
table.
one would sit with us.
Or like that one time we were at the concert. Well, actually, this was different. I like love to dance at concerts. I like to really have a good time, and we're at this concert. It's a very crowded concert, and I'm dancing. I'm having a good time. I turn around, all of a sudden, there's this huge space.
It was so funny.
I had like a ring of open space. Like no one would come near me. I think I was having too good of a time. They were really.
I think you just like scared them.
Not what but like that's what you do at a concert, right, guys? Help me out here. And then the last thing is like, why?
Oh, spitting.
They do the loogie sound, which I find really upsetting.
And they just like spit on the street. When I say they, it's generally older men, but I think some of the younger guys.
Younger guys do too, like middle schoolers. They think it's really like manly.
It's, like, manly.
And to me, I'm like, that's disgusting. Because they do the sound and it's like, and it's not like to the side. They'll just do it.
But what's really funny is when the younger guys try to do it, but they don't have it mastered yet. So then it's just like, dribbling.
Anyways, so yeah, so those are some of the things we found surprising or just like not too pleasant here in Korea. Once again, we love Korea. I could also make like a list twice as long of the things I love here, which is why I'm still here. But as with any place, there's always pros and cons, so don't get it twisted. We love Korea, but there are some things sometimes that like get under your skin a little bit. Give me some of that. So this is actually not our give me some of that. We've noticed that currently in our schools, especially amongst the girls in our classes, there's been a little like rivalry happening between Wanna and BTS. Yeah. So the Wannables versus the Army. Armies are definitely higher in number.
Yeah. They've been around longer.
They've been around longer, but the Wannables are coming out strong.
Yeah.
Because Wanna is just like currently taking over Korea. It's like it's insane.
And it's a heated fandom battle.
Mm-hmm.
Try to drag us into it.
Yeah, my girls are like I'm feeling pressure that like they're asking me like which one I prefer, like what team I'm on, and I need to stay mutual grounded. So I say, I love music. I'm for everyone. Yeah, I'm curious. Are you a Wanna fan? A Wannable? Or are you an Army?
Let us know.
Let us know. I'm curious. I need to know who's going to outnumber. So that's it from us. Don't forget to
like, comment, and subscribe.